Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. This is the player ratings for Everton 2, Preston 0 in a friendly match. That should have probably ended about 4-0 to Everton. Preston had one or two chances, especially one good one in the second half, which I'll talk about in just a second, but it was mostly Everton and comfortable win, I thought, which gets us in the gear for the season. But I'm here for the player ratings, not the instant match reaction, so let's just get into it. In goal, Harry Tyler. Jordan Pickford is on international duty for England today, and I believe he started the game. But Harry Tyler in goal for Everton today, a young Evertonian, and I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. And I'll tell you why. He kept a clean sheet. First half he made a save that was straight at him really, but, I always thought he made himself look big when Preston were on the attack, and every time it looked like their player was going to shoot, he always looked big in the goal and looked like he might have it covered. There was one he really should have scored in the first half, but I thought he, looked like he was ready to, just wherever the ball was going, he looked like he was just ready to pounce on it. So, but the main talking point for him was the second half with that absolutely brilliant save. Bullet point header at goal and he gets his fingertips to it. Absolutely brilliant save. World class save, really. I'm not going overboard, but it really was a brilliant save. And gets the clean sheet. Played for like 89 minutes, got dragged off for a minute at the end. Just probably to give a round of applause off all the Everton players. But I thought he played really well today. And 8 out of 10, Harry Tyler, well played son. And Konku, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he looked really, really good. Especially first half. Looks like we might have a good player in our hands there. Slotted in well at left back. And if Lucas Dean was to get injured, maybe he is the backup answer. I don't know. Look, we've only played Preston. I'm not going to go overboard again. But I thought he played well, and he done alright the other week actually against Blackpool. But just played well, I thought. And yeah, do you remember that 360 turn he done around the ball? Up the other end of the pitch by the penalty area. So I thought he done alright and looked comfortable on the ball, I thought. Looks like he might have a player on our hands there, but he's getting a 7. Holgate, I've given him a 6. Went off injured, which isn't good, just in time for the start of the season. Let's hope it's not too bad, but it was from a mistake. However, he did make a brilliant challenge, because the Preston player was through on goal. Sorry, I can't remember any of the Preston players' names, but he did get injured in the process, and this was in the first half after about 30 minutes, I think it was, 25 minutes. Not good, but I'll give him a 6. And distribution a couple of times, give it away a couple of times, but that can be forgiven. It's a pre-season friendly, isn't it? We're not in full gear yet. Let's just hope he's back for next week. I believe Mina might be injured. I'm not certain there, but someone tweeted it before. But let's just hope he's back anyway, because he's one of our best defenders. So, but I'll give him a 6. Lewis Gibson, I'll give him a 7. Played really well. I thought there was one moment in the second half where he gave it away and they went through and scored, but it was offside. But there was another challenge he done second half, which was brilliant, I thought. Their player was running down the right wing and just slid in at the right moment. I thought he played well, looked solid at the back and looks a decent player. Don't know if he's going to fit into Carlo Ancelotti's plans this season, but you never know. Looks like a big lad, I thought he played well. I do. So he's getting a 7. John Joe Kenny getting a 7, of course, scored the first goal. Nice little slot in. There was a couple of times where I thought he was a bit out of position. There was the chance I was talking about for Preston before where they put it wide and really should have scored. I thought Kenny sort of gave him too much space, but yeah, unless I'm thinking of another player there, but I think it was Kenny. But yeah, he done alright, scored, gets a 7. I don't know whether he's going to be our right back for next season, but I do think he needs to improve on his game a little bit. But all in all, not a bad performance. In fact, quite a good one. So there's a 7 for Kenny. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I feel like I'm being harsh here just because it's Gylfi Sigurdsson, but I've given him a 6. Mainly because, look, he was told to just sit back, wasn't he? And that's what he did. So maybe I could give him a 7, really, but I just don't think he'd done much in the game to influence the passage of play. I mean, he did start the attacks off, sort of, by just passing it sideways and stuff. Didn't really lose the ball or anything. But he just looked tidy, didn't really. It's an hard one. I feel bad giving him a 6 because maybe it should have been a little bit higher, but because he has been told to just sit there, hasn't he? But he done alright, didn't put a foot wrong really, and You know, yeah, just a 6 for Gylfi, just an average game, I thought. Bernard, I've given him a 7 actually. I thought he had a good game, Bernard. First half, looked comfortable on the ball, I thought. In second half, took him a little bit to get into it after 10 minutes, but then he come into it again, and it was where he gave the ball to Richarlison for Calvert-Lewin's goal. That was a great little ball. I'm not ready to give up on Bernard yet. I know a lot of people have, but let's not forget, it weren't that long ago he got clapped off against Newcastle when he went off injured, because he was brilliant. Nearly everyone had a terrible post-COVID end of the season, I thought. Bernard was actually one of them, but I think there might be a player in there, you know. I'm not ready to just put him to one side yet, but maybe, you know, half of you are going to turn the video off here because I've said that, but that's fair enough. But I think he's got it. I think it's down to Bernard now to push himself and prove that he's good enough, because he's definitely got the talent to be a good footballer, but you never know. That is Bernard, a 7. Anthony Gordon, I've given him a 7. First half, I thought he was in and out the game a little bit, and there was a few times where he just couldn't really find a final third and put the cross a bit far and stuff, but he done alright first half. But second half, I think Carlo Ancelotti was sort of having a go for him passing back, and then he just grew into the game after that. You know, it must have heard him, because he kept going forward, kept trying to make things happen. We've got a player in our hands there. I think he's could be a big player for Everton this season. You know, just don't get into that rhythm of passing backwards, Anthony, but understandably you've got to sometimes, but definitely the last 30 minutes of the game, or well, just after that 10-minute period in the second half, he definitely grew into it, and I thought he played well. So Anthony Gordon, a 7. Just maybe shoot up a little bit more when you're in position, Anthony, but played well, so I'll give him a 7. Theo Walcott, I've given him a 7 as well. I thought he tried, you know, he was getting in the box a bit more. You know, he was in the game, he was involved, always wanted the ball. Looked alright down that right-hand side, was sometimes a threat. I know sometimes he does the odd mistake and stuff, but I thought he done alright. Nearly scored with an header, and some people might say he took it off Calvert-Lewin, but at least he's in the box having a go. And that's what I want to see him do more, because I know he can score goals. So I think Walcott, you know, could be a good squad player this season. Maybe some people will get rid of him, or you can't just get rid of everyone, can you? So maybe I think there's a place for him there. I don't know. But that's up to the manager. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, give him a 7, scored again. 2 games on the bounce. Let's hope he carries it on into the Premier League season. I think he had 2 offside goals as well. Definitely had one second half, I remember that. But he was offside, definitely. But anyway, he scored the goal. Brilliant ball from Richarlison. He only had to toe poke it home, didn't he? But always look lively, you know. Look, he's a strong centre forward, isn't he? He's a target man, Calvert-Lewin, and with these 3 midfielders coming in now, will only benefit him. So that's if we get all 3 of them. We've got 1 of them, but you never know. We never know with Everton, do you? But I think we'll get them, and that will only help him and Richarlison. So I'll give him a 7. Thought he done all right. Richarlison, will give him an 8. It's him or the goalkeeper who I'm going to give my man of the match to, because he just looks a different class on the ball, doesn't he? Richarlison. Always going forward, always looks in control of the ball. Was lucky to not get his leg broke first half there. I thought that was a horrendous challenge, I really did. Horrific it was. But thought he played well. Brilliant cross for Calvert-Lewin, always involved. Just looks brilliant, doesn't he, when he's on the ball? He's our best player. He just is, and another one who will benefit this year with a better midfield for sure. Getting on to the substitutes then. Kyle John, give him a 7. I thought he played really well. Didn't really put too much of a foot wrong, and he put a brilliant cross in for Theo Walcott, for Walcott or Calvert-Lewin, whoever it was aimed for. But it was a brilliant cross. They just both got each other's way early, didn't he? But that was a great cross, and I thought he played well. I've seen him a couple of times play for Everton now. I think it was the Europa League and stuff, and he always looked lively. So yeah, that's Kyle John. Give him a 7. Not a bad performance, my friend. Yannick Bolasie. Oh, here we go. Look, I could even give him a 1 or an 8 here, because I thought he looked really, really lively when he come on, I do, and he was always bombing forward. There was times he got round the left back to cross it, and I thought he looked really, really lively, I did. However, he missed the worst open goal I've probably ever seen in my life. 1 yard off the line. How he hasn't scored that is... You need Einstein to work that one out. Honestly, that was a terrible, terrible miss. It really was. And Not only that, but Ellis Sims just afterwards was about to score and he cleared it off the line by sitting on the floor. Oh, Yannick, what the hell was that? Look, I'll give him a 7 because I thought he give us an option there on the right when he come on and look lively. But that was a horrific miss. Probably might have got an 8 if he scored that, but yeah. Anyway, Yannick, 7 out of 10. Benny Beningeri, I've given him a 6. Didn't have time to do much, did he? Just come on and ran around a bit. Didn't have time to do much. Ellis Sims, give him a 6 again. Would have scored if it weren't for Yannick Bolasie, but he didn't really get too many opportunities. Hope he can get a few games under his belt this year in the Premier League. Say we're winning 2 or 3-0 with 10 minutes to go. Might be one to throw on, give him a bit of an experience, or go on loan. But I don't know. Maybe he's ready. Maybe Ancelotti wants to put him on the bench every week. I don't know. But could have scored there if it were for Yannick Bolasie, but there you go. Dennis Aderian, give him a 6. Didn't have time to do nothing really. And Nico Hansen, non-applicable because he was on for 1 minute. Don't think he even touched the ball. And that is the player ratings for Everton 2, Preston 0. Don't forget to subscribe to the Toffee Blues, where we'll have the player ratings after every game this season and all the match reactions. Your source for all things Everton. There you go. Thanks for watching. See you later.